And just like that, I'm back in Canada. It's Sunny from Sunetalks. I hope everyone is doing well. My travels were amazing, and I'm ready to help everyone from my experiences so that you don't make the same mistakes as me. So on today's episode of Sunetalks, I will be going over 4 tips for visitors to Delhi, India, and let's get started. So tip number 1 is in regards to transportation. Right when you get out of the airport, you will feel overwhelmed with all types of pollution. Air pollution, noise pollution, it is quite crowded as well. But I promise you, you will get used to this within a day. But let's get into transportation. So I want you to say no to the taxi drivers that approach you because they will be charging you 10 times the price that it would cost you with any other mode of transportation. So please say no to the taxi drivers. And they're really, really good at kind of getting you to go with them. So just say no. Done, go on your phone. And what I recommend as a rule of thumb for transportation is Uber. Download the app, get your credit card set up, and do Ubering everywhere.
Uber everywhere, free rolls in my...
Because it will be fair in price. And secondly, if you feel like you did not pay enough, just give a tip. I did that every time. I would just give 100 rupees tip, $1.50 for us, but it helps them as well. And it's better than getting scammed for 10 times the price. And with Uber too, like sometimes if you're going, you could be going through sketchy areas. So please be mindful of that with your internet on at all times. And if you need help getting your internet, just right outside the airport, right when you get out of your terminal gate and you get your baggage claim, there will be a booth that says Airtel. Go there, go get a SIM for internet because you need internet in India. You cannot survive in Delhi without internet. So that's done. Make sure your Google Maps is always on when you're in Uber just to make sure you're going the right direction. And if you feel sketched at all, there is also a alarm button in Uber app. Just make sure you get familiar with it and you can just press that and yeah, help will come. So that's in terms of Uber. And then the second mode of transportation I would recommend in case like, let's say your credit card got locked. So what I would recommend secondly is prepaid taxis. There's a booth outside the airport that says prepaid taxi. Go there and get that because that's also cheap as well. So those are the 2 options I recommend. And then tip number 2 is in regards to living now. Where do you live in Delhi? I would not recommend living in tourist places like Praharganj because yes, the hotels are 500 rupees, which is $10, or even 1500 rupees. That's the range, $30. However, you're gonna get exploited there. The living conditions in those hotels is not going to be good. Unsanitary, will not have your basic needs met firstly. And when you get out, the individuals there that live there are not locals. They're there to exploit foreigners, tourists. So make sure your backpack's always in the front when you're actually traveling there for shopping. It's right beside Connaught Place, so it's like one of the main areas, but just don't stay there. Go travel there, go shop and stuff, but don't live there. In terms of living, I would recommend South Delhi. Where I lived was Lajpat Nagar. I lived with a friend, and that area is super like suburban. There's just families there. It's very safe. I do not recommend places like Aero City because Aero City is meant for business trips. It's not meant for tourists to go live there, and it's extremely expensive. Like I stayed there one night. It was about $300 Canadian, so it's not worth it. Just go in South Delhi, Lajpat Nagar, or other areas around there and just get a nice hotel with good reviews. That's all you need. So that's the living situation. Third tip is how to shop in India. How to shop in Delhi, sorry. You need to learn how to do some simple negotiation. Otherwise, you're gonna get scammed like really hard. And what I mean by that is, let's say you're looking at an item and the salesperson says that this item is 1,000 rupees. What I usually do is just cut it to 70%. I just say, okay, 300 rupees, my final offer, right? And then we'll do a little back and forth and we'll get to 500 rupees and I'll buy it. So what happened here? I dropped the price by 50%. What's probably the item worth? Probably not even 10% of the price that they told me, but I still won 50% and they win too because they get some money from foreigners and it's a win-win. So like just have those basic negotiation skills. You don't have to go too hard because it's basically impossible to drop it down to 10% unless you're a local and they can smell the foreign out of you. So you cannot get down to 10%. But I'll tell you why the price is 10%. Because when I bought this fake Rolex in an area called Palika Bazaar, it's in Connaught Place, the main shopping area. It's an underground market where they sell counterfeits. And I got this when I went there. The guy was saying that it's 3,500 rupees if you want to buy it. And I said, no, I'll give you 350 rupees. And he's like, what? No, get out. Okay, I was like, okay, I'm leaving. So when I was leaving, he's like, no, wait, okay, fine, 1,500 rupees, done. And I was like, no, I don't have that much money. So then I actually was leaving with my friend. And then the salesperson actually ran up to me and he's like, fine, 600 rupees, done right now. And I was like, okay, I win, 600 rupees, I'm down. So I was able to, so you can tell, 3,500 rupees versus 600 rupees, big difference. Although it's not 10%, I know that he made profit out of the 600 rupees I gave him too. So, I won, but I'm just saying the price of an item is probably 10% of the value. So, but however, you can't get there. But I did once and it was really rare. These are the 4 tips I have for diddly. And if you like that video, please subscribe and share my channel with your friends and family that might be interested in information that I will have about traveling, holistic health, and lifestyle. And I really appreciate each and every one of your time. And I will be making a lot of videos now because I have a lot of content. So thank you.